A lot has gradually changed throughout the centuries in human evolution, increasing mind capacity, understanding of nature and how it works, generating great ideas no matter how minute they are, and the want to having a simplified life. In the end of it all, we have technology. Hi, and welcome to the first episode of InfoMe. The 21st century has seen bigger changes in the advancement of technology since World War II. This has not only changed the world we live in, but also the lives we live. Used in every field, business, entertainment, health maintenance, manufacture of weaponry and machines, personal purposes, you name it. Every country in the world wants to up their game in improving the livelihoods of its citizens, and Kenya is one of those countries.
Well, basically, according to my opinion, Kenya is relatively a young country when it comes to technology. This might be really weird to say that right now, this day and age with everything that's happening. But if you look at other countries within Africa and also within the world, the way they embrace their technology is not just for entertainment. But I think for Kenya, the big drive for the technology has been in the entertainment sector. But there's been very many leaps and bounds in that section. But in other places, there hasn't been a very big, huge spike in the growth of technology. Technology-wise, I would rank Kenya at around number 3 or 4. Considering the fact that South Africa is leaps and bounds ahead of us. Then Egypt. Unbeknownst to people, but Egypt is really making strides and bounds in technology, especially medical technology. Technologies that are being applied and basically being developed for medical purposes. So Kenya would rank around number 3. I would put it number 3. Yeah, 3 seems like a good place. Considering the fact that we also have our very own technological, developments, creations that are being used in these other countries.
Being the first country to integrate the use of money transfer via telephone, the first of many steps in the mashup of the field of technology is just proof enough that this country is not standing still. The creation of a new application is usually a big breakthrough, but with the current times, newer and better developments quickly displace what was once the big talk of the time.
So, the speed of technology in Kenya is very fast. It's very fast, which is really encouraging, and we're hoping that, it keeps going like that because the potential is great. It would be years before we say we have actually reached a place where we can't keep up with the growth. We're not even quarter there.
With the constant change in the country's economy and slow bridging between the majority middle-class citizens and minority first-class citizens, majority prefer to keep their cheaper products due to the high cost of living.
So, that, compounded by the high cost of living, gets to a point where someone has to choose: do I reload credit on my phone? Do I buy internet bundles? Or do I buy food? So it gets to such a point, it's pretty logical that someone would choose to buy food. And this is, it's affecting the rate growth. We could be growing at a faster pace, adoption-wise and creation-wise and development-wise. But unfortunately, due to the high cost of living and lack of opportunities to create to create money for people, that actually is denting the rate of development of technology, uptake, and creation.
Although the world at large has benefited from these advanced progressions, both in the economy and politics, social life has changed gradually, resulting to a docile and more hostile state compared to previous years.
With the adoption of technology into society, at the beginning it facilitates, it makes it easier, it gives us more avenues to communicate and interact. But unfortunately, at the same time, it's like a double-edged sword. Too much of reliance on technology to socialize becomes detrimental to society. Basically, what happens is you become too dependent on your machine to communicate when you could simply just communicate with the other person. But nowadays, everyone is just buried in their devices. Even though they're in society, they've allowed the technology to create this bubble that blocks them out. So, adoption of technology in society is good, but a misuse of it becomes a problem.
Still, as time goes by, with people wanting to know more about everything, and they want to live an easier and less stressful life, a piece of tech will always find its way to your hands to make that happen. Join us next week on another episode of InfoMe. I'm your host, Sylvester Angombe.